welcome to the Eternal Connection Show on Blog Talk Radio. My name is Daniel Feint, and I will be the host for the next 14 minutes. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try to broadcast another show. I just figured I had a notion in my head that I wanted to share. Maybe I'll try to expand it to the point that I could make a 12, 13, 14, 15-minute radio broadcasts or whatever you want to call it. So today we will be talking about impact and the impact that we have on others and the impact that we have on others and others have on us. How we have this notion that for some reason who we are is encapsulated in a human body, and yet with so many different people in our lives over the course of a lifetime, there's so many ways that we impact others and others impact ourselves. So my question is, what kind of impact is going on? Could be emotional, could be psychological, it could be somebody gets punched in the face or something. That would be physical impact, of course. So, I'm gonna focus more on the psychological, spiritual, or emotional impact, like the impact of a car, something like that, is not in the realm of philosophy that I'm going to explore. That's more of the laws of physics and engineering. But what I want to focus on is the idea of if we have emotions, what is truly the base? If we have thoughts, what is truly the base? Underlying it all, is there a well-being that we just get caught up in the illusion of other feelings? Are we humans that experience a wide range of emotions? While we're experiencing these emotions or thoughts or experiences, are they given to us from other people as the way that they've impacted us? Are our actions and words affecting others in a negative or a positive way? First thing that comes to mind is one angle on it, which is being a doormat, letting people walk all over you. If you're kind and nice to people, and other people may have been mistreated and impacted in a negative way and feel the world is a world they can't trust, so they need to be that way to others, so that gets passed along. Somebody who wants so much to not have any conflict in life and to live a life of peace may take it at the shins, for lack of better terminology, and be a doormat to other people. So it's almost like a balancing act, and I don't know if there's a fine line or a blending of what kind of impact that I have on others, what kind of impact has been given to me, whether positively or negatively. Now, when I've been thinking back in my life, during times that I was struggling, and I may have been impacting people in a negative way, I don't know how to make that right again if I don't have the opportunity to directly talk to or interact with people that I may have hurt from the past. But all I have right now is the present moment, where I can make changes as I want to. And I'm not necessarily talking about positive or negative. I had a good discussion earlier tonight about how we're supposed to swallow or keep our negative feelings and thoughts to ourselves. Granted, there's I think a socially acceptable filter with one kind of impact that can have, but is that fair to us as humans to not take liberty of owning our all range of emotions, and oftentimes I think that it's even been observed in science and medical that us swallowing all our negative thoughts and feelings and emotions actually has a negative effect on our bodies, and may cause illness and stress and anxiety and worry. So on the other side of the coin, let's see. I think we just somehow need a safe space at times, whether it's journaling to get things out of our head. That's a possibility. I'm kind of just scattered right now, and I apologize for that. It is currently about 1:30 in the morning. My sleep schedule has been a little bit erratic, but I wanted to try to get another radio show out there. So today we are talking about impact on the Eternal Connection show. Again, my name is Daniel Feint, and I'm your host for this show. And I am broadcasting this on Blog Talk Radio. If by chance you want to check out other shows that I've done, it's on blogtalkradio.com as well as on iTunes under Eternal Connection. So it's a free podcast. So, how am I affecting or impacting others? How are others impacting me? I think if I get to a certain point, now there's another point that I want to come up with, is that how much of other people's impact on me do I let in? I could be like this non-receiving type of person that doesn't let anything in because I feel that I've gotten hurt too many times. But that blocks out both the good and the bad, so I'm not receiving any kind of good or bad. I'm just sort of like complacent. And this also goes in the other direction, which if there's another person where I'm trying to help them, but there's a lack of trust for some reason from other forms of impact on them, psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, that they may not receive what I'm trying to offer them as a gift. Now, this parable comes to mind from the Buddha, which is, he said, if somebody offers you a gift and you don't accept it, then who does it belong to? It belongs to the person who offered the gift. So, whatever, basically, I think that boils down to is whatever we put out there comes back to us, unless it's delightfully received and carried away down the road. But this does have an all interconnected reality with all of us. We could be in a bad mood and just snap at somebody in the morning, and then we suddenly feel better, but the person we snapped at, that affected them and impacted them in a negative way, and maybe that led to them doing something that was setting off the domino effect and impacting people in another way. So I think that it's important to be mindful of what's going on in our interacting with the world, and making a conscious choice as to how we want to impact this world that we're living in, whether we consciously and mindfully do it in a negative way or a positive way. I don't know. Just speaking from myself, I think for the most part I want to do positive things in this world. I'm trying to be open and question myself as to if I've intentionally wanted to do negative things and have a negative impact on things. But for the most part, I think that I believe in decency and just wanting to do what would be good for myself and others in the world around me. But it just overwhelmed me to the point where I wanted to record this radio program. Maybe it inspired me, but we're sort of getting to the end of the show. It's about 10 and a half minutes into it. But questions that you could ask yourself after listening to this are, what kind of impact have you had in other people's lives? What kind of impact do you want to have in the world? What kind of impact has been given to you, on you? What kind of impact has affected you, and you can recognize within yourself that you've adopted into the way that you view the world. So these are just different questions that, for the most part, it's a philosophical show, show about philosophy. So, but yeah, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little unfocused right now. My sleep schedule, as I mentioned before, is very upside down and turned around, and rearranged and changed and deranged. So, okay. Well, I don't know what to say. You can pretty much stop listening to this now because Dan has left the building. I've gotten my thoughts recorded that are coherent and focused, so I hope you enjoyed that. I appreciate you listening. My mind's kind of wandering, but I will take this recording, add some nice music to the beginning and the ending of it, and put it on Blog Talk Radio and broadcast it very shortly. So, thank you so much for who you are, whether good or bad. The impact that I've had has made me who I am, and I want to overall view that as a good thing. I believe in the power of perception because I want good things for my life, so I want to view all as ultimately good, whether I can't see it at the time or not. So anyway, thanks for listening, and take care. Have a great day, morning, afternoon, night, whatever time it is when you listen to this, wherever you listen to it, and until next time, goodbye.